Hello everybody, welcome to episode 129 of Wool is the Answer. I am Marie.
I'm Dominique. Together, well, Wool is the Answer.
Yeah, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you, nice.
Nice.
Did you miss us?
Pardon?
I said, did you miss us? Not you, I was asking everyone else. Did you miss us last week? Or were you pleased to
of course. Off? Yeah, we're pleased for a week off not to have to listen to us two giggling about.
Yes. Ready. There we go. Right, ready. Oh. Who's frozen? Well, Marie's frozen to me.
I think.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
I can now. You'd frozen for quite a long time.
I know. It keeps saying my internet connection is unstable. Well, we'll just go with it. A big black cloud has literally just come over.
Well, let's see. I mean, it's normally me, and I thought, no,
it's me. I can see on the YouTube.
Yes.
Well, it wouldn't be us if we didn't have technical problems, would it? Let's be honest.
Welcome back, and we're back as professional as ever.
Yeah, I know it's me, Lucy. I know. We'll just keep going and see. Well, you know, it makes a change. Dominique will just have to fill in while I'm just sat here, obviously, and no doubt it'll freeze when I'm pulling the face.
No, you were looking down then. You were looking down, so...
Yeah, but that's unusual, isn't it? Normally it freezes. Really horrible. Anyway, it's Friday, the 22nd of July. And I'd like to say that we're back to good old British holiday weather again. Grim, muggy, grey skies.
Raining on the west. At least have you got rain. There's been no play in the cricket because it's raining at Old Trafford. So there's clearly rain around, but it's not come this way.
It's because the school holidays have, nearly everybody's on the school holidays, aren't they? That's why.
I'm happy with this. It can stay like this. It's warm enough to be in my shorts, but you can function.
At least, I mean, I don't know what anybody else's weather was like, but it was horrendous, wasn't it, on Monday and Tuesday? And Lincolnshire was hitting the top. And I mean, when they were saying 40 point whatever degrees, that was in the shade. That wasn't in the flipping sun. That was in the shade. Well, I just stayed inside like a hermit crab with my fan on.
41.3 in Coningsby, which is
not far, is it?
20 odd miles away. So, hi, Michelle. See, it's winter with Michelle in Australia, so they're not dealing with these temperatures, but they normally do. So,
Lucy, I can rely on you to catch the photo of it when we're just pulling faces. So, yeah.
Oh dear.
Right.
So we've got 2 weeks worth to catch up on.
We have. I mean, I'd like to say I've got loads and loads of things that I've been busy with, but...
Well, it's been too hot, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We've got a giveaway to announce, but we'll wait a little bit later to give away.
Let's do the admin bit, boring bit first. Advent calendars. We released them on our last podcast, didn't we? So that's
a fortnight to
go. We only have a few left.
Yes.
So if you want them, you need to get your orders in. Because they will, whatever happens, they will be going off the website at the end of this month anyway.
Yes.
But we only have a few left anyway, and if they sell out before then obviously they'll be taken off.
Yes.
So
we just give ourselves plenty of time to get them dyed, wound, all the bits put to it. So, will be.
If you want one and you were holding out for one, they won't be on the website by the end of next weekend.
Because I think already we've surpassed what we sold last year. So there is only so many we can physically do, which is why we have to limit it. So we do.
We do have to put a self-imposed cap on it, don't we? And that's what we've got, a self-imposed cap.
It's from last year. but we definitely can't increase anymore. So yeah, once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
we've got our orders. We've got our orders in as well, haven't we? Because we have to factor ours in as well, don't we?
Yeah, well, you know what yours is. I just need to, like I'm sure some of you have already done, decide what I'm going to do with it. Because I had double knit last year and I really enjoyed it.
I did.
But, so yeah, I've not decided what I'm going to do with mine yet. But
well, I know because I've seen your, which no doubt you're going to show us, your shawl. That's what I want to knit with mine. So I know what I'm going. Anyway, so the other admin as well is the August afternoon tea, which is an evening event. It's our first evening event, which is on the 16th of August, which is
a Tuesday.
A what?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I thought it was Thursday, so I'm getting it wrong. Between 5 and 9. Again, we've got limited spaces, and they are selling fast because we know that people sort of book them towards the end. So so that's the admin. That's all the boring stuff out of the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Done.
It's nice to be back, everybody. Thank you, Shane. It is. It's nice to be back.
It is. I'll be honest. It was nice to have a holiday.
Yeah.
Because I always go away in this country. I always will still do knit and natters and still do podcasts. But it was nice to have a week away where I didn't have to, because otherwise that's 3 days of your week that you can't go out in the morning or you've got to be in an afternoon. And as much as I enjoy it, it really was nice to think I don't have to worry about it. I can go and do as I please. So
it was nice that we were both away, because then normally we share, don't we? So then the other person would take responsibility. So we both had a break at the same time.
Okay. Yes. So we are back and are ready to go.
Well, I wouldn't say we're ready to go. I mean, come on, we're back to our normal.
Yes. Yeah.
Back to normal. Anyway, you can show me some knitting.
Right, well, now you've spoken about it, let me show you. I finished my Christmas in July knit with half July left to go. And this is the Adventuresome Wrap, which I know Lisa did in our December Detectives box last year. So I can thoroughly recommend this pattern. And this is mine.
Wow.
So.
And you were worried it wasn't going to be very big.
I know, well, it's fairly big now.
Wow. It is amazing. I love it. It is one of, if not the most favoritist thing I've ever knit, ever. Favoritist? It's even been created a new word out of it. Favoritist. So I love it. That's what I'm going to knit. You've inspired me. That's what I want to knit.
That's kind of half of it, but because it's on the bias, it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. So I'm really pleased I went with the silver, because I wasn't sure as silver as the contrast. But as it's gone on, it was absolutely the right choice for me rather than midnight.
Yes.
And I always default to midnight.
I love it. Looks really, really nice.
I mean, it's cool enough. I can put it on and
not be too. It is happiness in the knit. It is, but I can see from your face.
It has been. So the pattern is for 20. Let me take it off so I don't strangle myself. The pattern is for 24 10-gram minis because it's an advent knit. I did it in 12 20 grams. So I just did 2 sections for each colour.
And I like how you've done it like that rather than doing it and then repeating it again.
Well, and I nearly did. And there was something about, I think because I picked rainbow colours, or not, but, I thought, that's because I did think about going like numbers 1 to 12 and then 12 to 1.
Yes.
So it went up and then back down. Yeah. And then I thought, no, I'm just going to, and I'm really pleased I did that.
And how much did you have left over of each? Because I know you'll have a statistic for me.
Well, fortunately, while I was away on holiday, I could go and borrow some digital scales. So I've got.
You do when you're on holiday. You think, I'm just going to nip out and borrow some digital scales.
where I am, they have everything. I said, oh, do you have any weighing scales? Yes, and they were digital. So in total, it weighs 231 grams.
Okay.
So bearing in mind, the pattern says you need 100 grams of the silver and then 240 grams, because you've got 20.
Yeah.
So it tells you need 340 grams, but this was 231.
Yes.
I used 54 grams of the silver.
Right.
So I used minis, so I only needed 3 silver minis.
Yes.
And I used 14 grams or 13 grams. I have either got 6 or 7 grams left of each colour.
So you can make a pair of socks.
Well, stand by. So if I've used 14 grams.
Oh, she's doing maths. She's doing maths. Warning, but it
use
maths.
14 grams and I've done it twice.
Yes.
You really, what it's saying is you use 7 grams.
Have you
per,
10 grams?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So although it says 10 gram minis, so I think this is an ideal stash buster. If you have got scraps, you could do it in. And I'm not the type. I'm not mega loose, but I'm a loose knitter. So if you've got 7 grams, you could definitely do one.
Perfect. I like
So
that.
I'd got 75 grams remaining of the colours, and I have got 6 grams remaining of the silver from 3 minis. So I think it's an ideal stash buster.
Perfect.
And if you do it in rainbow colours, it just makes you smile all the way through.
Just makes you smile.
So I absolutely love it.
Good.
So I knit it on 375s, which is what the pattern said.
You followed the pattern as well.
I know, I did.
What's happening to you?
Well, I think it's because I've got a few pairs of 375s. I don't know why. So they were handy. I'd got some. Tick, tick, tick is my, absolutely. But you just have it. You could just play with whatever you wanted, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could.
And I know Lisa did with the December Detectives, and that looks really nice as well. But it wasn't like a rainbow. She did 12 sections, and then she repeated them as well. So,
like you said, so you're not a tight knitter, and you used about 7 grams of each colour.
Yes.
So that's a good guide then, isn't it? If you are literally, using up scraps, you can weigh it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that is my
good
Christmas in July that I started just before the retreat. I did get quite a bit done, but then being on holiday, I was able just to I didn't want to put it down. So I can't recommend it enough. Do it. If anyone's umming and ahhing, and I've done a few Ambah O'Briens, but this is my favourite so far of hers.
Well, when I saw it, I thought, because I was umming and ahhing like you, I really enjoyed my double knit last year on the Advent calendar, because I made my Stephen West out of it, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I was going to go double knit again, but then when I saw that you'd done that and the finished, when you hung it up in the window, and I thought, oh no, I'm going to go for that.
And that was pre-blocking. I blocked it when I came back. I've not measured it. Nice. I did give it a real good block, but it is. It's the perfect shape for me. So
I must admit, because I did that under the rainbow one, and I really like that shape. It's not a shape I would normally knit, and I think I'm drawn more to that shape now than I am the like the half moon crescent ones that I quite like.
This is, I have always picked this kind of, I like it because it's like a scarf. It's easy to wear. Yeah. 2 colours of each. It's just like I said, I got the minis at my house and I was putting things together and I literally just put them on the floor and I got to about 8 or 9. I thought, well, if I can get to 12,
Yeah.
then I don't have to think about it. So
yeah, it looks really nice, really good.
Thank you. Yeah, I am. Yeah, it's my favourite knit ever, I think. But
wow,
so
high praise indeed. And what did you follow then? Easy enough to follow.
It is. I've got some anti-theft devices, but that's not because the pattern's difficult. That's because I was doing it at a retreat.
Yes.
When there's other things going on. So there were times that you'd get to the end of the row and you're off. But because it's a repeating pattern, you only ever get to the end of a row and then you think, I should have 7 and I've got 6.
Yeah, so you just can add 2 together or add an extra one on. Yeah, I like patterns like that. Yeah.
So it's easy. You're never going to get, well, I'm not saying, but it would be difficult because once you get to your next row, you're suddenly like, well, them knit 2 together should be on top of each other and they're not, you know, fairly quickly. So for me to be able to knit as much as I did, I probably did 2 and a bit colours at the retreat.
Yeah.
With everything going on. So
and knitting from a skein that was hung on an ornament.
Well, yeah. I mean, I knit all of it from a skein hung over my arm, but you do when you've only got minis. I mean, the amount of
you do.
Take to wind them minis, I'd have knit a panel, so time saving. But
it wouldn't be for me and my 40 minutes to wind 120-gram mini that time.
Exactly. So just this is going to be. I don't need to knit anything else because this is all I'm going to wear. I will continue to knit things, but this is.
But you're not going to wear clothes. You're just going to wear that.
I mean, it does cover nearly everything you need to cover.
Well, when it was hot weather, you know, you should have just draped yourself casually in your shawl, shouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it is quite warm. It is quite warm. But just
all I can say is it's a good job the weather isn't as hot as it was, because you'd have probably found me and Dominique where you'd have just seen our heads and there would be nothing anywhere else. We'd have
been wearing it. But just imagine it's the middle of January, you're feeling miserable and you open your cupboard and you get that out.
Yeah.
Just think about it.
Make you happy.
Oh, yeah. To the point where I want to knit another one, and I very, very rarely ever say that. So,
well,
like a toga, Victoria, exactly. You can just wrap yourself in it. Oh dear. So that is my one and only finished object, but it's a good one.
Well, I've got one and only finished object. It's a cast on and a cast off.
Oh, we like them.
Are you ready?
Hang on. Yeah.
It's my square. And of course, it had to be a bright blue sky with a sun.
Is that a crocheted sun?
It is. It's a crocheted and it's 3D. Look.
Oh yes.
It's soft. I made like an amigurumi sun.
That's brilliant.
And do you like the design feature at the bottom?
Is that because you started doing it and then changed your mind?
No, it's because I ran out of this colour at the end, so I just added a little bit. I was going to. It's the sea. We can say it's the sea, can't we? But
yes,
it's a bright blue sky with a little happy sun for July. I thought it was rather appropriate with the ridiculous weather.
That's very good. Did you follow a pattern for your son?
I did, and it was a pattern from. Oh heck, just stand by because I've printed it out and I've left it in the kitchen. It was off words, Marie. It was off
Pinterest.
Yes, and it's the Sunny Day Keychain.
Hang on.
Fay Lythe. That's Lima Yankee Tango Hotel. It's the
Fay. As in Ripley. Fay, as in Ripley.
Fay, as in Ripley.
Got it.
As in Lima Yankee Tango Hotel. But if you go on Pinterest and you see that picture, it's actually the key ring. Do you know what I mean? So it's back on it, but I just stuffed it in and turned it into this little happy chappy.
very, very good. I really like that.
So again, I'm still using up all my scraps. I'm not buying any yarn for this.
Yeah.
So the blue was one of our mini double knit mini skeins. I think it's ultra blue, to be fair.
It's ultra blue, yeah.
And then some of this is cotton that I had in stash, and obviously I've got a gazillion sets of eyes. You know what I mean? A bit like my poppers. I have loads of different eyes. So yeah, that was my one and only finished object, because whilst I've been on holiday, I've done a bit of knitting, but not a huge amount.
No.
So I can show you bits and pieces that I've done. What do you want to see first? I'll show you the socks.
Right, let's see some socks.
Although I'm not convinced, because I do knit some of my socks on a size 3mm needle. Like all my friends' socks were knit on a 3mm needle.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether it's because I've been using the wooden ones. They just look very big and baggy.
Well, have you tried it on?
I haven't. It does feel a bit big and baggy. Somebody's obviously trying to ring Dominique.
No, they're not. It says low power mode, but it's plugged in and it should be charging, which is slightly worrying.
So I'm not sure. They're all right, but what I might do is I might decrease the stitches before I go onto the foot, because I don't mind them being too big on my cankles.
Yes.
I don't want it too big on my foot where it's going to be moving around. Do you know what I mean? But I'm loving how it's knitting up, and this is green, the Green Lambkins yarn, and it's called
Lambkin Through the Snow.
Lambkin Through the Snow. But I am loving how it's knitting up.
It is. Do you know what it looks like? It looks like you're knitting undyed and coral reef.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes.
But I normally either knit my socks on 275s or 3s. But I don't know whether it's just the fact that I'm knitting looser on the wooden. I don't know. But it just seems really baggy.
Well, measure it against one of your friend's socks.
Yeah. It just seems very big. But anyway.
But like you say, once you've turned the heel, you can always decrease, can't you?
I'll do. I think I'll decrease as I get to just before I get to the heel, because then you won't notice it as much. I think I'll probably knock 4 stitches off. That's all. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really loving how it's knitting up. But I haven't done very much on it, I'll be honest.
It's knitting up really, really nicely.
It's really pretty.
Oh, you've caked it, have you?
Yes, I've caked it. Of course, I've caked it.
I know, that's what I was going to say. Can we see what it looks like? Yeah.
So I've caked it.
That looks completely different to what it did in the skein.
Absolutely. You wouldn't. Yeah, it does. It looks completely different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To what it is in the skein.
Yeah.
But I do think that when it's wound like that, you've got much more of an idea of how it's going to knit up, I think. But anyway, that's just me.
No, it is really nice.
So so I think that's where it is, Lucy. I think it stopped me because I'm so conscious of snapping my needles when they would, that I'm probably knitting. It does seem quite loose for me, actually. So I think that's probably where it is. So because I don't normally knit my socks on wooden needles, I only did it because I was taking them on the plane.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily have to, but So that's my socks. So I did consider pulling it all out.
But you could just change your needles now.
I could, and I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll change my needles, and I think, I don't know. I might just knock a few stitches off because it does seem very big. So that's my snocks. Have you got anything else to show us, or do you want me to?
I've got socks to show. These were my knitting I did really was my wrap, but when I was out and about, this is what I had in my thing. So it is just them, but I am now on repeat number 3. So I've decided,
and what size needles are you on?
I mean, I think I'm on 2.5s.
Good Lord.
On 2.5s.
I mean, what's happening to you using the right needles for everything?
Well, I've got 275 as well, but most of my DPNs are 275s for socks.
Yeah.
So I've decided I'm doing 3 repeats. So I start at the, well, it's more well, it is like a magenta.
Yeah.
So I've just done 2 stripes, and I just need to decide whether I think I'll get a sock in 3 stripes. So when I'm 3 stripes away from the end of this repeat, I'll do my toe. I mean, I've not weighed it. I'm going to have loads.
What are you doing your toe in? Are you doing your toe in the stripes? Or are you going to do your toe?
I'm just going to decrease it in the stripes. I'm going to have loads, but I've got, bearing in mind, that is 2.
Yeah.
You know, so I've got
long.
That, yeah, and I wanted them long, but there's no point going any longer. And I thought, oh, I'll stop sooner, but there's no point stopping sooner because I need to be at the beginning.
Or else you're going to waste the wool, aren't you?
Yes. In fact, that's what I was thinking about it. It needs to be maybe 4 stripes because I need to make sure I don't use all of the last. But yeah, so I just took them out and about with me because they're so easy, you know, walking around National Trust gardens and things, knitting. Yeah. I don't care what to look like when I'm away, no one knows, but they were easy to do. So they're just longer. But again, I'm all about the rainbows at the minute. And they make
you are.
Right, because you think, well, just let me do 1 stripe. And when you've done one, you get to the next, let me get to the next.
We've said this though, haven't we, that when you're using different colours in a pattern or when you're doing stripes, it does make you knit quicker because you just think, oh, I need to see what it looks like. Oh, that nice colour's coming next, yeah.
Well, I went on a steam train from from Haverthwaite to Lakeside, but there was no one around. So I sat there knitting on a steam train, and then we got on a boat across Windermere and it was full, and I thought, and it was 40 minutes. I thought, oh, shall I get my dinner? I thought, no one is watching, and nobody. The woman next to me eventually looked up and saw, never said anything. I could just see her looking. So I was just sat watching the scenery go by. So these are just going to be my as and when.
Yeah.
They'll keep going, but yeah, rainbow socks. So they're my only socks I've got on the go.
Very good.
So, well, and that's the Lucky Unicorn by Laughing Yaffle.
Well, the other thing I took on holiday was the shawl I'm knitting. I mean, if I could remember, Trailblaze
by Under the Olive. No.
And as usual, I've stopped in the middle of the row. I mean, but I am on 200 stitches, although it doesn't look it. I am on nearly 200 stitches.
And how much more have you got?
300. I've got to get to 300 stitches.
Right.
So I am. So I've done quite a bit of it actually.
I really do like it in Trivial Pursuit. It looks really nice.
Trivial Pursuit on Sparkle. Let me get it that way around. You can probably see. The. No. Because it's sort of there. You can see it's starting to emerge.
Yes.
But it does look really pretty. It just.
And how much of the cake have you got left?
Oh, I've got loads left.
Oh, have you? Right.
Yeah. Look. I'm not even looking where it's given up.
Oh, yeah.
I've got quite a lot left.
Yes.
So I am on, I'm on no, I'm lying. No, I'm not. I'm on 100 stitches and I've got to get to 155. So I'm on rows. That's right. I've got another 100 rows to do.
Right.
I've done 200 rows and I've got another.
So you're increasing a stitch every other row?
Yeah, and I've got to get to 155 stitches. So I thought I didn't have 200 stitches. It didn't look that much. So yeah. So I'm on lace section 20 and I've got up to lace section 30 to do.
Right.
So, you know, I'm cracking on. I've done more of it than I thought I had, to be fair. I think it looks quite small and scrunched up, do you know what I mean? But again, it's one of those that it's going to really block out because there's loads of
Marjorie's on 149 stitches, so she must be nearly at the end. She must be ready to cast off soon.
Yeah. But I mean, it's been a bit of not a pain, but just concentrating on moving your blooming
stitch markers. Yeah.
And now I'm not on the plane. And you'll be pleased to know I didn't lose my whole box of plastic stitch markers. I'm back onto my normal rings, which are easy to manoeuvre, and back on my metal needles as well. But yeah, it's a really pretty colour. The colours are really nice in it.
Quite a few people have been knitting it and seeing the pictures online. Yeah. It looks a really nice, for a one skein shawl, it is a really nice shawl.
It is fiddly, Victoria. That's exactly what it is, because you like doing it. The pattern's straightforward because you can see where the pattern is, but it's like moving the stitch markers like every few rows and putting them in here, and then
it zigzags up, isn't it? It's not
so you're like taking it out and then putting your stitch marker down and knitting a bit more and putting it. So it's a bit fiddly. You've got to, Anyway, it's not just knit. It's the markers that are the pain.
Yeah. But I think for a one skein, 100 gram skein, it's a and it's free, still free.
Yeah. It's really nice. It looks lovely on all the pictures, and it looks huge as well. So, but as you say, for a one skein shawl, that's perfect, isn't it?
Really nice.
Do you think it's time to discuss the giveaway?
I think it might be. Right, let me get my numbers out.
It's a good job because we were talking. I met Dominique earlier. We had a business meeting, and
carry on.
I guessed, and I was way out. I was way under.
But
so it's a good job, as Dominique said. I could have entered, and I still wouldn't have won anything. So it's a bit disappointing, isn't it?
Can you remember what your guess was?
11 hours. Did I say 11 hours?
It was 11 and a half. You were around
11 hours, 36 minutes or something, wasn't it? I said. I was completely wrong. That's all I'm going to say. Completely wrong. Are you all ready? I mean, I'm amazed that she finished it, because I think I brought it back in the box as it had gone.
Well, I arrived at like 3:30, 4 o'clock on the Sunday, and it was sorted and the edges were done before I went to bed Sunday.
Have you recorded it as well as a video?
I've taken lots of photos so I can put a bit of a time lapse together.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
The further I went into it, the less photos I took, because I just got too engrossed. So this was...
Everybody's waiting with bated breath. It's beautiful colours on it.
It was an absolutely gorgeous puzzle that had come all the way from Chicago with Victoria to the retreat.
Does it have a name?
It's called the One Dot at a Time. It's the Ravensburger One Dot at a Time 1,500 piece puzzle.
It reminds me of sea urchins.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
I had I've never done a 1,500 piece. I've always wanted to. I don't know why I've never done it. So we'd said, guess your times, and I think I felt like I'd sold you down a river, because I told you what I could do with 250, 500 and 1,000, but people had not taken into account exponentially it takes you longer to do the bigger you get.
Yes.
So that's why halfway through I said, if you want to have another guess, because people had kind of doubled.
Yes. Well, you'd already said that you'd already done so amount of time on it, hadn't you? Yeah.
Yes. So I thought I'm just going to let people, so people had second guesses, but I think these were all first guesses. So I'd said it would.
She's dragging it out, isn't she?
Inspire. I know I am. It's going to inspire some minis. So these are the minis that it inspired. Uh-oh.
Come on. I mean, talk about drawing it out.
So these were the minis it inspired.
They are nice minis.
Picked all the colours. And the final time, 12 hours, 43 minutes and 22 seconds. Now, I cannot believe 3 people were within 10 minutes of that time. 3 people guessed within 10 minutes. So we've said the 3 of you are going to get a bit of a prize, because the winner was 4 minutes out.
I mean, that's unbelievable, isn't it?
So the winner...
And what will the winner receive?
The winner is receiving these 5 minis. She is waiting with bated breath. Marjorie, it was you. So Marjorie guessed 12 hours, 47 minutes.
That is so close.
Now, only 2 minutes behind her, so 6 minutes out at 12:37, was Joanne Williams. So we've put together 4 minis inspired by the colours in there, Joanne.
Yeah.
And we're going to send that to you. And then Sherry, you were only 9 minutes out at 12 hours 52. So we've gone 5, 4, 3. I just thought to have 3 of you within 10 minutes of the time was amazing. So, 12 hours, 43 minutes and 22 seconds. So
Marjorie's getting the very special one-off mini set.
And we've said, I've put pictures on, but someone was asking about knit and natty if we were going to do them. We're not going to do them set, because this was, I dyed them just for a giveaway, but I put a picture on, and then you can vote for them, and we've said we'll create, they'll become a colourway.
Well, there'll be no surprise to know that my favourite is the pinky purpley one.
Is that one?
Yeah, I really like that one.
So, and my favourite's that one, I think.
The greeny red one.
So I'll put them on and we'll ask you to choose, because they are really different.
Yeah.
Anything we've done inspired by the jigsaw, and then we'll create a new colourway. So, I absolutely loved the jigsaw. I'll definitely do it again in the winter. And let me see if I can do it any quicker.
Yes.
It was, some bits were quite easy. Like this bit was done fairly quickly.
Yeah.
And then the greens, but it was this big bit in the middle that were all very similar blues that seemed to take me, it took me a while. But so stand by, ladies. They will be winging their way to you. Thank you, everyone that got involved and had a guess.
It was just Jeanette, it more.
Well, it was from this, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then I'd taken pictures, but because I'd done that, I'd finished that, I started it on the Sunday, finished it on the Tuesday. I had to do another one. So I did a 1,000-piece one.
Oh, just a 1,000-piece one.
But that was my was jigs that I like, that you don't know what you're doing. Yeah. This was a Ravensburger, similar idea. So it was, I think it was called W.I.P. And it was the perfect Christmas on the front, and then it was really, what does Christmas look like? So
right, okay.
And that only took me 5.5 hours. So that was done in a matter of moments.
Oh, fantastic.
That's why I didn't get as much knitting done, but well done to all the winners.
Yes.
And I'll put a picture on, and then you can vote for what colour you'd like to see as a colour in the shop.
Like you say, to be so close as well,
Just Jane Reid was only 17 minutes out. There were some really wide guesses.
Yeah.
But we just thought if you'd only been 2 minutes away from the winner,
Yeah, we're generous like that, aren't we?
Yes. So well done.
A one-off set of minis there, Marjorie. We'd be interested to see what you make with them. Don't forget the show.
Are called Holiday Jigsaw.
Yes.
Thank you for Lisa for saying the name of it last week.
exactly.
No, jigsaw holiday.
Jigsaw holiday. Those two words put together, I'd weird,
Jigsaw holiday.
We know what you mean. We know what you mean.
Exactly. Right, have you got anything else?
I have. And I've been absolutely thoroughly enjoying this. Like Dominique's gone on about the Adventuresome, I have been knitting the Northeasterly blanket.
Yes.
And do you know what? While it was boiling hot, that's what I've been knitting on, because I don't really have to think about it. You just change when you want to. And
someone is at the doorbell.
Someone is at the doorbell. Can you tell? Did you hear that?
Yes.
Mr. Hammond has bought himself a new doorbell. As if the Danger Power Ranger isn't bad enough. We now have it coming through the speakers. I mean, he's obviously playing with it, so I dread to think what's going to come through these speakers. That's all I'm going to say. As if I haven't got enough things to worry about on my mobile phone of switching lights on. This is ridiculous. The only way I can switch lights on and put music on is through my flipping mobile phone. Now I've got this stupid doorbell now. Anyway. So this is all Mandy's fault at the last retreat, because her blanket is beautiful. Mandy, mine's not as neat. But I'm doing it in holding 4-ply undyed with my colours. So
you're the double knit version.
I'm now on my second row. Look.
Oh, I can see some sparkly peony in there.
I have now, oh, look, it's blowing out. So I'm on my pinks and purples there.
Yes.
On my purples, moving into my greens. And this is the first row. It's blowing out. It'll just settle itself in a minute. There. So this is, it's about 2 meters long.
Green, oh, nice.
Greens into oranges.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of going oranges, greeny blues, purplies, pinks.
Into pinks, yes.
So I'm using up all my stash that I did. And I noticed the other day I've got a lovely little, can you just see? I've got a lovely anti-theft device there. Can you just see?
Oh, yes.
But you need it, don't you?
Yes.
I am loving it so much. And I was going through all my stash and I'm thinking, oh, I might end up running out of bits and pieces, and maybe I need to buy. So I went down a rabbit hole looking for some minis, as you do. And I found a new to me, I've never heard this, somebody from Lincolnshire called Coastal Creative Links. And she was doing small sets of 10-gram minis in lots of different colours. And they're really good prices. And they've just arrived. I literally only ordered them Tuesday, I think. And I've got them. So I've ordered 2 sets with the colours in. So look at the colours in that.
They're really, really
so
nice.
All the colours I'm going to use, because that's what I was looking for, a set of minis that I could use that I knew. And I knew I wanted them speckled. So that's one. Probably can see it better on that side, can't you? So that's one set.
Yes.
And then that's the next set.
Oh, nice.
So I'll hold them together so you can see.
I like both.
The colours, but
the second one's my favourite. I like both, but the second one's definitely my favourite.
Similar colours, but different. So I haven't even opened these yet. And they were a really good price. So I paid £15.50 for 10-gram minis, which I think is a really, when you look at, we know what it's like, the work that goes in individually dyeing all those different colours. It's a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's somebody I'd not heard of before. So they're really nice, look.
They are really nice.
I mean,
I will put a link to her. She's from, anyone that knows the local area, she's from Curtin, just outside Boston.
Yeah.
And she's got an Etsy shop and a eBay shop. So I'll put links to both as well.
How perfect are they to go with that? They've got all the colours that they need. There's not one in there that I would look at and go, oh, well, that one won't go in, which is, when I was looking at them, there were some that had some colours like reds in, or, and I thought, oh, well, it's a waste, really. I know I'd use them for something else, but I specifically wanted them.
Yes.
I thought they were a really good price. So,
I think they're a fantastic price.
Well, to have 10 multicoloured minis.
Yeah.
So they'll be going in.
Yeah.
In my blanket, but I am really, really enjoying it. Yeah, it's a really nice pattern, and I'm being a good girl. I'm sewing my ends in as go.
And for those of you that are on our Facebook Knit and Natter page, Mandy posted a picture this week when it was boiling hot of hers, to see where Marie's got the inspiration from, and it's beautiful. Hers is absolutely stunning. So
Mandy's doing hers in 4-ply, isn't she?
And Mandy's doing it very similar to yours, like rainbow. And then Kay at the retreat had started one, is working on one, and hers are completely random. She's got all sorts of colours, and both ways. You either need to do one or the other. You can't do half and half. Completely scrappy, like Kay's, and it looked really nice, or you kind of try and do a little.
I've seen some that are like quite regimented. They're like specific, and they're lovely. It just not for me. Do you know what I mean? They're like measured blocks, or they're done in colours. I think one I've seen that's done in like tonal all over, like all the same colours. That looked quite nice. But no,
where they've got a block of colour and then either an undyed or like a midnight type, a little stripe.
Yeah.
You can do all sorts of things. They are beautiful. But I mean, I started one and the join for me just was not, I didn't like it. So I got ripped out.
I think as well, because I'm using the undyed, it's tying it all together. Do you know what I mean? So I can put any colour with it, even if it's a bit brighter. But I think as well, even on the join, it sort of hides the join a little bit as well.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because you've got the colours in, you're not really drawn to this straight, harsh line. But so that's what I shall be cracking on with later today, I think.
Excellent.
I've really enjoyed knitting it because, as I say, you don't have to think too much, and you're only knitting on the double knit, like 23 stitches.
Yes.
So it grows really quickly. That's what, again, it's like we were saying, I'm like, I can't wait to get to the next colour.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to using those minis. I think that's all my knitting I've really done. Oh no, I have worked a little bit on my other shawl, but not much, so I'm not really going to show you too much of that because it's not grown very much. What have you got on?
Well, I have now my shawl's finished. This is what's taken my time, but already we're on 400 and something stitches, so it's starting to get slower. But my summer sorrel,
that looks really nice on the midnight, doesn't it?
So I am so pleased I swapped them over. I'm really pleased I kept the Fizz. I really like that flash of colour at the top. But it is. I didn't think it would stand out, but it does.
It really does. And I think once it's on as well, and it
like the Mild Mania, the rib sections get wider, and this does, but because it's scrunched up on the needles, you can't see as much. So these
it's really
rows of stitches are getting wider apart. So
but that little pop at the beginning looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really nice.
And then that really was because I couldn't face doing another I-cord cast on. But then also when I saw Victoria's, who'd done hers in Slubbly Jubbly, but with purple around the neck, it's beautiful. So that is the Summer Sorrel by Wool and Pine. And again, it's, while ever I'm still doing these dip stitches, there's something to keep interest, and I've still got another 1.5 charts to do. I'm just picking it up and putting it down, but that's what I picked up when I finished my shawl. So it will keep going. I've got, how many rows have I got? 7, and then like 30 rows, only 30 more rows to do, but it starts to say change your colour halfway through your yoke. But I feel like I want to get through more of my midnight, but I am
doing as it says.
Yeah, I'm quite a way through it actually. So, and I'm making it longer than the pattern says. So,
yeah,
I don't want to go too early, but I need to start thinking about when I will go.
yeah.
So that is until and I'm a way off it yet, but until I split for the sleeves, it's getting bigger and it's just going to take longer to.
Yeah.
And I can knit on the midnight, whatever. Even like at night, last night I was knitting on it and it was really, I couldn't see what I was doing, but you can do it. But them dip stitches, I need daylight for them because you're dropping down rows and going in stitches. Right. So knitting on the midnight's fine, but not the pattern row that So but yeah, I am really enjoying it. So that is the big project I've got on my needles at the minute that will just keep getting picked up and put.
Yeah, just keep going.
And then I've got one more cast on, which I've not done much of. But
another cast on?
I know, well, I'd cast this on while I was away. I mean, I've really not got much done. Oh, but hang on, let me just take that one out. This is
sorry.
Not all of, because I only need 10, but my 10 balls that I've got left from my wrap. So I was like, well, they're just too colourful. I could make a pair of socks.
Yeah.
Or I could make something else. So I've taken, we've not shown this, but everyone.
12?
No, it's only 10. So I've picked 2 out. So I've got that on my knee. Let me put that down. So this was Dallas.
Yes.
This was our back to the 80s. Can you see that? Dallas. So I have picked the grey to go with them because that goes with the minis. And this is the Spotty inside and out cowl.
Ooh.
So, and when I say I've literally just cast it on, I'm just onto my 3rd colour spot.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm just going to do a rainbow of spots.
Is it stranded then on the back?
Yes.
Nice.
So I've literally just gone into the 3rd colour, but I'm just going to do a rainbow, but it's reversible. So you do 10 rows of spots and then you do another 10. So this side's going to...
sorry for yawning. Sorry.
This side will be the planned look quite nice. Yeah. And then the inside, it's going to be scraps because it is, I use about 3 grams.
Yeah.
So it really is. But this was a free pattern and I just thought, I think working with the rainbow, I thought I could just do socks. But yeah, so the Spotty Inside and Out cowl by Kate Selene, who's a British designer. It's free off the website.
Yeah.
It looked really nice. So again, this I'm just going to pick up and put down. But already, because I finished, I started it while I was away and then came back. The 2nd row of spots, I've already put an extra row in. So they're 1 row deeper than them. But do you know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So that is my...
Somebody at the front door, I mean...
That's my cast on that I'll just keep picking up and doing however many rows it is, 8 or 9 rows to the next spot, and then I can move on to something else. So, and just keep my rainbow...
Your rainbow theme going.
Rainbow theme going. So, and that's it. That is all I've got.
Well, I've got nothing else. When we were together, it was we were talking about Yarndale, weren't we? Because that's the next show we're doing.
9 weeks today. 9 weeks today. We're setting up.
It's not long, is it?
No.
It feels like ages away, September, but it really isn't, is it?
And it's not just September. It's almost the end of September.
I know.
Yeah. So we were just planning what we need to get dyed and what we need to do. Because
I know
it comes away from you. So
it will be here. It will definitely be here.
That and Advent dyeing.
Yeah.
Will be.
I mean, if he keeps pressing that button, there'll be nobody at the front door.
Oh dear. I think that's it.
Yeah, I've got nothing else that I can think of to show.
I've got nothing else written down. I feel like there was something else, but I don't think there is.
Yeah, I can't. I'm just looking around me. I can't think I've got anything else to show. So don't forget, you're going to put that those minis on, aren't you? And get people to choose. And the one that gets the most votes will be a new colourway.
Yes.
Perfect. I mean, I do quite like that one in the middle, the one with the orangey, and yeah, that one. I quite like that. It's slightly different to what we've done. They're all nice. They're all.
But I'll put them on so you can
choose.
Because otherwise we're going to choose different ones anyway. Yeah. So you might as well have the
exactly.
Both.
We would both choose colours we like, wouldn't we? And
yes.
And it's you lot that are buying them, isn't it? So
absolutely.
Choose, and don't forget, like we said, the advent calendar. We have only got a few left, and whatever happens, they will be going off the website next weekend
on the 31st. Yeah,
crack on with them.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody got any burning questions that are watching us at this moment in time that you want to know about?
Yeah.
Any questions? Any questions? It's
clearly still raining in Manchester because the cricket's not started. Is it still raining, Lisa? Can you just send it away?
That'll be disappointed if you can't watch the cricket.
I've had one. I got excited because I saw one drop of rain on the window, but that's it. Nothing else.
We've hardly had any rain here. It's not fair. Where's all this thunderstorm? I wanted a thunderstorm. I like a good thunderstorm.
I just need to go and water everything.
I want a thunderstorm, please. I like watching the thunderstorm, and I like having the door open and watching the thunderstorm. I like a thunderstorm.
Oh, and I wanted to say thank you for everyone not ordering at the beginning of the week and sending me into the shed, because it would not have happened. So Caroline, don't worry, yours is about to get dyed.
I think you would have just your blood would have boiled and your head would have blown off your shoulders.
I did go in to open all the doors and windows, and it wasn't anywhere near as hot as I thought it would be.
All right.
But to have done anything, you just would not have been able to do.
It was like the heat was like opening your door and going out into an oven, wasn't it? It was just that hot.
My necklace, walking across my car park at work, which takes me about 90 seconds, I had to cover it because it was burning my neck. It was
if I hadn't had fans, if I hadn't had a fan, I don't think I would have coped, to be honest, because it was
Lisa's saying it stopped raining in Warrington, it's starting to brighten up, so that is good.
Can you send me a storm, please? I'd just like a nice lightning.
The rain, just so I don't have to keep watering the plants.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Have you got much on this weekend? Have you got much planned? I'm just filling time in here.
Dyeing.
Now
we've started a dye list. I've got lots of dyeing to do.
And then that means I'll have lots of winding to do.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that the weather stays nice enough and dry that I can get outside and do the winding, because then it's less dust.
Well, it's going to be nicer next week. It's going to get hot again, isn't it?
I know.
Right. Well, thank you very much, everybody.
Yes, thank you for joining us again.
Back as normal, so we'll be back with you next week.
Congratulations to all of you who've won.
Well done for all of you that had faith in me for doing it in the right time.
Yes, exactly.
And
if it had been me, it would have been about 3 weeks to finish it, I think, because I'd have got bored.
And we will see you all next week.
Yes, we'll see you all next week. Look after yourselves, everybody. See you.